to the Mike Dolce Show. Boom! Shaka Trainer, here we go. We're back, hopefully. This is the first live stream on YouTube in a long time. We have brand new software here, so fingers crossed it works. If there's any issues, please let me know in the comments. Definitely. Everybody who's joining in right now, just give a thumbs up in the comment. Let me know I hear you. Say something, type something, just pop up in the chat so I know that you're here. It's good to see you guys. And it is good to be back. Ideally, we're going to be hosting these live Q&As every Friday. We used to do this and it was awesome. Thousands of people we get answering questions. And then we had some software issues. But we think we've eradicated that. And now we're here to help you. So how can I help you? Right? How can I help you? I mean, come on now. How can I help you? Look great. Feel great. Live great. Everyone has their own issue. And those issues are not as personal as you might think. Many people feel like they're stuck. They feel like they're all alone. Many people feel like their issues are only their issues, not realizing that thousands, tens of thousands, millions of people have very similar issues to you. And that's a good thing. It doesn't mean you're not special. You're unique, of course, but we have very good protocols and procedures to help you get to where you want to go. So where do you want to go? Do you want to lose weight? You want to lean out? What is your biggest pain point? Where have you been struggling? Like, that's really a big question. Like, where do you struggle most? Do you struggle with the exercise? You just can't get out of bed every day and you can't go work out? Do you struggle with the food? And it's usually the food because most people are relatively active, but they dramatically overeat. And most people, let me know if I'm talking to you right now. You do pretty good in the morning. You even skip breakfast, right? So you're fasting. You wake up, you skip breakfast, maybe you have a little bit of coffee or something else. Not so bad. You eat a light lunch, and hey, you're ahead of the game. You're not stuffing yourself. You're not eating a ton of calories. You should be losing weight. But then as the day drags on, maybe you have a little snack, you little grab a little piece of something that's a little off menu. And then finally, when you get home, the floodgates open. And you try and have a good dinner. You try and choose, chicken and rice and steak or something like that. You try and choose well, but the floodgates are open. And all of a sudden, you eat your meal, you get some seconds, you grab some bread or some chips, and before you know it, you are crushing food. You become insatiable. You can't stop. Well, this is common. The average person eats more calories between dinner time and bedtime than they do between the time they wake up and dinner. And if you think about that, that's crazy, right? So let's say you wake up at 6, 7, 8 a.m. and you eat pretty lean and light until about 4, 5, 6 p.m. And then between, let's say, 6 p.m. and 10 p.m., those 4 hours, you eat more calories in those 4 hours than you did in the 12 hours prior. Does that sound familiar? I know I'm talking to you. Well, that's the issue. And I'm going to say right now, it's not your fault. Ha! Hugh, that's you right now, huh, buddy? I get it, my man. I get it. I'm talking to everybody right now. It's not that hard to not eat when you're busy. But when you come home, you carry all the woes of the day with you. When you come home, you carry all the problems with you. When you come home, you carry all the fear and all the anxiety with you. And when you finally strip off that costume, you're in your comfortable, safe surroundings, You're now vulnerable again. And when you're vulnerable, you open yourself to these attacks. And these attacks, in many ways, they're self-inflicted because it's you, it's your hand. You're the one that's shoveling the food into your mouth, but I'm not blaming you, and don't blame yourself. The issue is not yours per se. The issue is you never learned coping mechanisms. You never really learned how to properly feed yourself. Your parents didn't teach you how to feed yourself, right? Your parents didn't teach you how to properly feed you. Your school didn't. God, look at what the crap your school has fed you so far, right? You go to any grade school, high school, college cafeteria. It's poison. Hyper palatable, highly processed foods, fried foods, salty, sugary foods, microwave frozen foods. That's not food. Your parents would either starve you or gorge you. They never really taught you temperance. They never really showed you the importance of high quality, single ingredient, nutrient dense whole foods. So as you went through life, you developed a disordered relationship with food that was exacerbated by cultural norms, perpetuated by corporate financiers and slick campaign programs, marketing programs. Once you pop, you just can't stop, right? Every summer party has to have a Budweiser or a Coca-Cola, right? You can't go out with friends without having drinks, right? So you've been programmed wrong. So there's no blame up until today as to why you've struggled. But now, right now, we want to reframe this because I'm telling you right now, you're in control. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free. Feel free to ask me any questions you might have. You're in control. You have to forget about the exclusionary, restrictive, fad dietary practices. Intermittent fasting doesn't work. You've tried it. Your coworkers tried it. They're still fat, right? The ketogenic, carnivore, paleo diet doesn't work. You've tried it. Your coworkers tried it. They're still fat. Counting calories doesn't work. I know. Heresy. Counting calories doesn't work. What do you mean, Dolce? The first law of thermodynamics. The first law of thermodynamics has nothing to do with your decision-making matrix and the emotional turmoil you've been subjected to your whole life. So you counting calories actually makes dieting harder because you obsess about the calories and you wind up doing what? You wind up drinking 0-calorie diet soda and 100-calorie cookie snack packs because you're counting calories. And what happens? You stay fat. Like, is all of this true? Is anything I'm saying not true? If any of that worked, why is 3/4 of the American adult population overweight or obese? Why? Is it a calorie counting issue? Has the American population not known since Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig and Richard Simmons and Jane Fonda about counting calories? They've been talking about counting calories since the 50s. It's not about counting calories. It's not about the exclusionary, restrictive, fad dietary practices like carnivore, which tells you, hey, 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 the problem isn't calories. The problem is plants. You're eating too many blueberries. So go ahead and eat this stick of butter and this pound of pork bacon and as much steak as you want, and you'll lose weight. Well, that doesn't work either, clearly. Clearly. The only thing that works, and I tell you this as the most successful weight management coach in the history of combat sports, the only elite weight management coach with a 100% success ratio for over 20 years while working at the elite level. Nobody else can make that claim. PhDs have come and gone. Medical doctors have come and gone. Registered dietitians have come and gone. Every sort of internet fitness guru has come and gone, spoke a big game, and then failed when it was time to produce results. Our system is 100% successful. 100%. So at the very least, listen to what I say. At least consider what I say. The issue is not that you're not eating enough. The issue is you're not eating enough. You're not eating enough. You're not eating often enough, and you're not eating enough of the right foods. You might be counting calories, but you are nutrient deficient. You're nutrient deficient. Now, you are a cellular organism. What you see in the mirror is a facade. This gelatinous shape that you have, that we walk around this earth, this skin sack that we wear, is a facade. Because if I took a high-powered microscope and I started to zoom in at your face and slowly tightened up and 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 tightened up, the tighter I got, well, I would get past this gelatinous shape and I would start to break down and I would start to see you are nothing more than a conglomeration of individual cells. You and I and every other human on the planet, every other species, we are nothing more than cellular organisms. And if we understand this, then we immediately know how we should eat. As cellular organisms, we must eat food that facilitate cellular health and function. That's the answer. Has nothing to do with calories. Has nothing to do with blueberries or bacon. It has to do with the nutrient density of the food that you choose. And yes, calories eventually matter, but only if those calories are nutrient dense. And only if those nutrient dense calories are eaten often enough at regular intervals to ensure efficient digestion, because it makes no difference what I eat if my digestive system cannot receive them, process them, and redistribute them to where they need to go. So if I were intermittent fasting, I need to eat 3,200 calories per day. That's about 6 500 calorie plus meals. That's 6 plates of food. 6 plates of food. Think about that. If I were intermittent fasting, I would have to eat 6 plates of food in one sitting. What would that do to my digestion? Have you ever been on the highway and there's an accident and there's gridlock and all the cars stop? Nobody gets where they're going. If I do the same thing, if I consume all that raw bulk food matter and jam it down my gut, what happens? There's gridlock. And everything stops. And that food will not be adequately digested, absorbed, and partitioned, which is sent to the cells. Remember, cellular organisms, they're where it needs to go. Eventually, it'll just end up in our colon. Hopefully, best case scenario, it'll end up in our colon. But quite possibly, it'll get stored for later inside our fat cells. So this is the problem. The problem is you're not eating the right foods often enough. That's the problem. Now, how do you eat the right foods often enough? It's so simple. We call it the 4x4. Costs you nothing. Free advice here from Uncle Mike. The 4x4. Start at the 4x4. If you're new to this, start at the 4x4. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate you, brother. Nice to be back. 4x4, 4 meals, 4 hours apart, 4 times per day. The meals should be evenly sized, evenly portioned, evenly spaced. Breakfast, lunch, supper, dinner. Breakfast, lunch, smoothie, dinner. Call it whatever you want. Meal 1 through 4. Super simple. About the same size, about the same portion, about the same distance from each other. I need to eat 3,200 calories per day. I need to consume about 600 calories about 5 times. Me personally, because I'm advanced. I'm 206 pounds at 7% body fat. If you're not there, you're going to do freaking phenomenally well. At the 4x4, and eventually you can stack that up a little bit. I don't care if you're 100 pounds or 300 pounds, start with the 4x4, build some structure. Todd says, guilty as charged. You've successfully defined why I'm still trying to lose the same 25 pounds. And that's what happens, Todd. It's not just you, brother. It's everybody. It's everybody. This stream is for everybody. Now, if any of you are interested, we have this Shred Dad program. If you're looking to level up, you want to follow an exact program built by myself and my team, the Shred Dad program, is awesome. You should be able to click on that, maybe. Not sure if you can or can't. But I'll throw a link in later. There we go. There's the link for the Shred Dad program inside the chat. If anybody's interested, you want to level up a little bit, I will personally be in there. Anyone who joins Shred Dad today, I will personally contact you and I will personally oversee your training program. No obligation. Cancel at any time. I'm not going to keep your money if you don't love the program, but I know you're going to love the program because we've already seen hundreds of amazing men transform their lives through the Shred Dad program. And I'll give you free two-way coaching with myself inside the app. Easy work. Now, ask me any questions. I got a couple minutes left. Ask me any questions so I can answer your questions in real time. I've got it. Hing, what's up, Hing? Good to see you, man. Been a while, brother. Dave, for those of us with a long recovery ahead, can you put your boot up my butt with some classic Dolce motivation? Dave, now is time, my man. Now is time, my man. Everybody watching right now, now is the time, because if not now, then when? When? You've dragged your dick through the sand for years now and have nothing to show for it but a bloody dingling. Pain, sadness, guilt. You've started and stopped and started and stopped and started and stopped. You've tried this, tried this, tried this, tried that. You've tried everything under the sun except the one thing that actually works, which is consistency. Consistently doing the small, simple things we know work. If not now, then when? And Dave, this is not just you, but it is you and everybody else listening. If not now, when? Tell me. Tell me. Tomorrow? Oh, it's the holiday. I hear this cop out. Oh, it's the holiday. After the holidays, I'll start. Bullshit, you won't, because you said that last year and you are still out of shape and unhealthy. You said it last holiday season. And a year later, what do you have to show for it but a bloody dingling? If not now, then when? Every person I work with, every client, every consultation I do, I know immediately who's going to be successful and who's not. The people who are going to be successful are the people who start in that moment. They don't dick around. They don't bullshit. They don't talk about Monday. Oh, I got to go on a date tonight. It's going to be my kid's birthday on Saturday. So after that, I'll start. No, you won't. You're going to half-ass it. Every time. The people who are committed commit. And that's what I want for you. This is a mental thing. Calories mean nothing. Mean nothing at this phase of the journey. Will you start? And the best possible way to begin is the 4x4. 4 meals, 4 hours apart, evenly spaced. Breakfast should be within an hour of waking up, and that's hopefully because you've done your LISS, your low intensity, steady state cardiovascular activity, first thing in the morning for a minimum of 30 minutes, 30 to 60 minutes. You wake up, you move your soft little body, you harden your soft little mind. You come home, you have a good breakfast, which is about the same size as your lunch, which is about the same size as your dinner, which is about the same size as your supper. Call it what you will, meal 1 through 4. Todd, I'll get the program as soon as the stream ends. Get the program. Anyone who signs up for that Shred Dad program, I'm going to coach you through it. Personally, you will get messages from me. I'll look at your program. I'll set you up. We will talk about it. If you are about it, if you commit, I commit. That link is in the chat for anyone who's interested. Billy K at age 70. Hell yeah, Billy. I found I do best with 3 meals, no snacks, etc. F you, Mike. Billy, my man, I'm proud of you. And I guarantee those meals are high quality, single ingredient, whole food sources. I guarantee you that they are evenly spaced throughout the day. I guarantee you, you are not poisoning your body with hyper palatable processed crap. I guarantee you, Billy is not following some BS carnivore, paleo, animal-based program. Peter, hope you're enjoying the great weather. Mike, beautiful at the Jersey Shore here in Toms River. Hell yeah. Heading home from working, hitting that 2-mile walk with the wife. I love it, Pete. Way to live the lifestyle, my brother. Love it. Hugh says, what would you recommend for being in a vehicle 7 hours a day? Being in a vehicle doesn't matter. Being at a desk doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Being in a school doesn't matter. Same thing. Same thing. You're in a vehicle 7 hours a day. Awesome. I'd pull over. I would pull over every hour, hour and a half, 2 hours and stretch. I do a 5-minute mobility workout. I would go for a small walk. I'd hopefully use the restroom because you're well hydrated. I would have all my meals with me. Look at me. I would have all my meals with me, whether you're at a desk or in a car, at school, doesn't matter. Hugh, your body needs what it needs. So we must provide that without excuses. You got this, my man. Zendu, I'm recovering from a heart attack at 47. I need to get going. Brother, I'm 47. I get it. I see some of my buddies in a bad way. In a bad way. Because they've neglected their health for the last 20 years. Right? Sound familiar, Zendu? Neglected their health for the last 20 years. Neglected their responsibilities for the last 20 years. I'll start next week. I'll start next month. I'm not that bad. I'm in good shape. I'm in decent shape. I'm all right. I'm not so far off. I'm okay. I'll go to the doc. I'll make a doctor's appointment soon, next week, next month, eventually, after summer, after this, right? Kick the can, kick the can, kick the can. And eventually you're going to hit the fucking wall. Every time. Zendu, I'm proud of you. That heart attack was a warning sign, a wake-up call. But what are you going to do about it now? What are you going to do about it now? If I can help you, I am here. Whatever I can do to help you, you might want to consider even more. Today is the last day to register for our certification course. the Dolce Diet Certification and Fitness Conference. It's November 18th and 19th. Become a Dolce Diet certified coach. Learn how to build a cash flow positive business, create generational wealth. It is a 2-day fully intensive fitness conference where you walk away as a Dolce Diet certified coach, knowing everything we know about nutrition and dietetics. Everything you need to know about nutrition and dietetics is inside this course, but also how to build a business that provides you financial stability, financial freedom, dare I say. Full price goes up. This is the last opportunity to get the pre-registration price, and that ends tonight at midnight. If anybody's interested, you can click that link inside the chat. Join me for 2 days, live and remote via Zoom, getting after it. Down deep and dirty nutrition and dietetics, 12 chapters on nutrition and dietetics we go through. Branding, skill building, motivational interviewing, the success principles, the 4 F's, going from zero to millionaire, the 3-product funnel. Check out that DDC opportunity. If you want to level up your knowledge, and or if you're in the fitness industry and health and fitness industry, you want to grow your business, check out that DDC. Right? It's frustrating. Post heart attack, so much conflicting information on what to eat, etc. I know. It's hard. Clean foods. Clean foods. Listen to your doctor. This is not medical advice. Whole foods, single ingredient whole foods, no alcohol, no soda, no processed sugar, no hyperpalatable processed foods, single ingredient whole foods. Saturated fat, low saturated fats. Don't listen to these carnivore idiots going to In-N-Out Burger. Peeling off the bun, peeling off the tomato, peeling off the lettuce, and having them add extra American cheese. Eating a pound of bacon and a stick of butter, talking about how they're heart healthy and LDL doesn't matter. Do not listen to those idiots. Find a good cardiologist, Zendu. Read the DASH diet. The Dolce diet is so similar. There's so many overlaps between the Mediterranean diet, the DASH diet, the Dolce diet. Ours is more athletic focused. DASH diet is more hypertension focused. Mediterranean diet is more kind of general overall longevity focused. I think ours is the best version because you get the immediacy of athletic performance and body composition with all of the health benefits of DASH and the Mediterranean diet. Hing says, I know LISS is perfect in the morning, but how about after for some people that only have time to lift in the morning? If the morning is the only time you have to lift, of course, lift. And then afterwards, hit your LISS. Absolutely. If you can spread those a little bit, that's what we want. Like if you can spread those, get your LISS by itself, your what I call HIRT, high intensity resistance training, HIRT, HIRT. If you can spread those, even better. But bodybuilders, high level bodybuilders, they'll do their fasted LISS first thing in the morning. They'll have 1 or 2 meals. Then they'll do their fed HIRT training, bodybuilding, weightlifting workouts, and they'll do cardio right after that. Semi-fasted cardio post HIRT is great. Hang, I know you're doing well, my man. All right, guys and gals, I have gone long on this stream. I appreciate you all for being. This was the first one. Did the stream hold up? Good. The audio sounds good. The video seems to be well. So this is new. So I'm going to upgrade. We have a new platform here. We're going to upgrade on this one. We're going to go pro on this one. So we'll have a lot of cooler features. I'm going to have some great guests coming onto the show that you guys are absolutely going to love. We're going to bring back Professor Lindsay Howard, Ask the Dietitian. We got a lot of really cool features that'll be coming back on Friday. So Friday is going to be the day. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you don't. Once this video posts, just let me ask you, once the video posts, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, engage. Just engage with the channel. If you have a few moments to do so, you can just write FU Dolce, right? That's the old school. Means effing unbelievable content, Dolce. It's just a way to bump the algorithm. Thumbs up works well. Comments are always amazing. Whatever you can do, guys, we appreciate you being here. Just tune in. Thank you. Again, that DDC for anyone who's interested, that is November 18th and 19th, the Dolce Diet Certification and Fitness Conference. Become a Dolce Diet certified coach. Learn everything I know in an intensive 2-day experience. I'm so excited. Link is in the bio for that one. And then anyone looking to level up your fitness is for the men out there. We call it Shred Dad, but it's for all men. This is a home gym style training program. You need nothing more than the most basic home gym in order to get into amazing shape. And anyone who signs up for Shred Dad, I will coach you through this program. I will contact you once you're registered, help you get set up. And from there, we're off and running to transform your body. These will be in the chat. Thank you guys for being here once again. The inaugural reboot of our Ask Mike live Q&A every Friday until